Right then, Morgan. 50 last week, which was a paper 2. 63 on your last paper 1, which was a C. Let's see if you're as good again. Right, 8.5 squared, no. What you're looking for is to go through your whole numbers. So 8 8s are 64, 9 9s are 81. 81 is between there, so what you're looking for there is 81. 1, 2, 4, 7, 14, 28. Good. Okay, so you've dropped just the 1 mark there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 7,000 is right. So what they want you to do there is to, if it's got a if 10's digit is 5, that means it's 50 something. So they're looking for a prime number which is in the 50s, and the smallest one is 53. 14 is correct, and 3/8 are correct. So again here you lose 1 mark, so you got 2, 4, 12 for the page. Okay, so what you've missed out here is the fact that she's got 80 pence left over. So before you do the division, you take off the change. So it shouldn't be £8 divided by 60, because she didn't spend £8 on the pens. So it would have to be £7.20 divided by 60. So you lose the mark for working out the change. Then your method of dividing by 60 pence is right, but unfortunately then you're not going to get the right answer. And as far as the quality is concerned, you're going to get 1 out of the 2 marks. You're telling me what you're doing here, but obviously you haven't discussed the change and how you've dealt with that. 10, 6, 11, 8. So that's 2. So 4 for that page. Excuse me. The other 4 are on the other page for the bar chart. Now again, you're going to lose a mark here, and I think you did last time as well, because you haven't labelled that as frequency. So you need to say that's frequency. You need to say you have labelled that, so that's okay, and your bars are right. So of the 4, you're only going to get 3 there because you haven't labelled that. The mode is hockey, and 10 out of 35, 2/7 is right there. So 3 marks there. 55 is correct, and 2.5 is correct as well. 6, 10 for the page. Perimeter is not 47. So let's just check what you've done wrong here. 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 3, 3, 8, 3, 3, 8. If you just added them up incorrectly, your method is right. And the area is 66, and the units are centimeters squared. Good. Number 6. 2/5 is correct. 0.4 is correct. 3/10 and 30. So that's good. So 4, 7, 9 for that page. Question 7, 5. 1 win, 1 draw, 2 losses. Right, the problem you've got there is you've played the game more than 4 times. Okay, you've played the game 8 times. So you're not going to get any marks for that one. And for this one, again, you've made the mistake that you haven't played the game the right number of times. So again, I can't give you the marks there, even though you're working with the negative numbers. Okay, you're not going to get the marks because you haven't used the rules. So only 2 for that one. 2 meters is a good estimate, but your estimate here is not accurate enough. The man isn't half the height of the bus. It's about 2.5 times. So you're going to lose some marks here. So your estimate is wrong, but then your method is okay. So 3, 4, 5 for that page. Sorry Morgan, I'm still full of cold. Okay, question 9 is not right. Right, with this, what you need to spot is that with a rhombus, all the sides are the same length. So that side and that side are the same. Also in a rhombus, the opposite angles are the same. So if that one is 37 and it's an isosceles triangle, that means that one is 37 as well. So by adding those two together, it will give you, and taking that away from 180, it will give you that one, which will then give you that one. So you do 37 and 37 is 74. You're going to do 180 take away 74, which is 106. So that's 106, which means that's 106 as well. So no marks for that one, and this one is right with you. Well done. Number 10. (16, 12, 8, 4, 20, 15, 10, 5, 2 marks. 5 for the page. 5 out of 12 is correct. And then part 2 is not. 5 12 times 60 is what you need to do, but not times 60 over 60. Otherwise you're just changing the size of the fraction. So this bit is wrong. Okay, you want to do 5 12ths times 60. Well, 12 goes into 65 times, so that's going to be 25. 5 5s are 25. Then you've done 48, but then you haven't gone ahead and done anything with it. So watch how I explain that. We will practice those in the next couple of weeks because they come up regularly and they're worth quite a bit of marks. But watch how I explain it in the video clip, see if you can get it yourself. That's correct. 50 and 4, good. So 7 for that page. Now you need to give examples here. So what they're looking for you to say is that it is false and 2 is a prime number and it's even. And the same here, you would have to think of a number that ends in an 8 and then explain why it's wrong. So in saying something like, well, 18 divided by 2 is 9 would be good enough. But just to circle them, you're not going to get any marks. Okay, now all you've done is given me an example, and that's not enough. What you need to be saying is, in any two consecutive numbers, one of them is always even. And anything multiplied by an even number will give you an even number. So it's not just enough to give an example in that case. That's right. Well done. If you remember, we did go over this. What I told you was that in order for that to be a square number, all the powers would have to be even. So in order to make those even, you'd have to multiply by a 2 to make that 2 squared, and a 3 to make that 3 squared. So you'd be actually multiplying by 2 times 3, which is 6. Four, 18, 38, 30, 10. Good. 5 for the page. $75 is right. Well done. What shall I explain that on the video clip? $230, $460, $690. Well done. 2 onions and 60 ml of stock. Well done. So of the 4 that's available there, you have earned 2 for that. And then to get the cream and the cheese, you need to go back to this. 2/3 of a cup of cream. Well, 1 cup is approximately 240. So if you work out what 1/3 of a cup is, 1/3 of 240 is 240 divided by 3, which is 80. So 2/3 of 240 will be 80 times 2, which is 160. So that would be 160 milliliters, and then you would have to times it by 2 for 8 people, so it would be 320. And then the cheese, 3 ounces of cheese, 4 ounces is approximately 115. So 1 ounce would be 115 divided by 4. 4 into 1 doesn't go, 4 into 11 goes twice, remainder 3. 4 into 35 goes for 8 to 32. So it doesn't go exactly, but it's only approximately anyway. So 1 ounce is approximately 28. 3 ounces will be 3 lots of 28. 6, 8. So it's about 84. And then you would have to double it for 8. So 84 times 2 is about 168. So you'd be looking for 168 there. What shall I go through that on the video clip? Question 16. Okay, so it isn't 75. So what you've got is that is 75 there, which is correct. You can then use that and that. If that's 75 and that's 50, you've got a triangle there. So 75 and 50 is 120. 25. So you take that away from 180 and that will give you that angle there. So that would become 5, 5, 55. So that would be 55, which means that would be 55, which means that would be 55. So you haven't done enough there to earn any marks. Or shall I explain that one on the video clip? And number 17 is 8. Well done. Okay, that's a real good paper there. Morgan, let's have a look. 12, 16, 26, 35, 40, 45, 52, 57, 58, 60, 63. Which is exactly what you got last time. And it's a grade C. So that's really impressive. Well done.